Hello, and welcome to episode 87 of the StressNets podcast. I am Stacy, also known as StressNets Yarn on Instagram, StressNets on Ravelry, and that's basically where I'm active. Today is June 13th, 2019, which is crazy because tomorrow, the 14th, is my daughter Eliza's first birthday. So I have a lot of feelings. So we'll actually talk about that at the end of the episode because I have a special thing happening for her birthday and I cannot wait to share that with you. I teased it on Instagram a little bit, but I'm excited to show you close up and personal what's going on. So I want to start off by saying hello. I have noticed the subscription number's gone up quite a bit, so just thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you don't already do that, please feel free. It just helps people find us. It helps us pop up on the sidebars when people watch other podcasts. So it really helps. I really appreciate it. I feel very red today. Just hot and like doing a bunch of housework to get ready for the party. I say party, but it's like a little like cookout in our backyard. Okay. Plus this light is crazy, but the colors look amazing right here, so I'm just going to stick with this for now until our office is done, so hopefully in the next month or so. Okay, so anyway, thank you to new viewers and subscribers. I'm so happy you're here. You're amazing, and if you are returning, thank you so much for returning 87 episodes worth or however many you've been watching. It means more to me than you'll ever know. I enjoy podcasting so much, and it means, again, so much that people actually care. So that's fun. Anyway, I also want to say hi to new friends that I made at Worldwide Knit and Public Day. I met so many amazing women. There were a few men there, but when I was there, it was just husbands. So, yes, I met so many amazing women, and we had like this cute little section in Capitol Park in Detroit, and it was so much fun. My mom and Eliza accompanied me, which was great, which is why we didn't stay very long. It was hot, and there wasn't too much shade for the baby, so we left early. We only stayed about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it was amazing. So highly recommend going next year if you don't, and I just want to thank Warmth Detroit for putting that on. It was amazing. I don't know how many times I can say amazing, but it was so much fun. I'm really glad we went. Anyway, so while we were at Knit and Public Day, I worked on my No-Frills sweater. I haven't made too much progress since I've shown it to you last, I don't think. I don't remember if the sleeves were separated or not, but a few inches, probably a good, 3.5, that's about 3.5 inches, maybe 4, past the armhole. So I'm just on Body Island right now. This is StressNets yarn in the Sweet Disposition colorway, and this is, there it is. That's exactly what it looks like. I am holding 2 yarns double, as the pattern calls for. It's a pattern by PetiteKnit. Yes. And I feel like most people have made this or something in the same vein. So I'm using StressNets yarn on my singles base. It's blowing out a little bit. There it is. My singles base, this is Sweet Disposition, and this is my cloud base, which is my Surrey Alpaca Mulberry Silk base. And it's just fuzzy and delightful and just so good. So I'm holding these together to make this fabric. I love it. I'm so excited to have this for the fall. I'm going to wear it all the time. I'm knitting the size large, but with my gauge, it's closer to an extra large. It's like right in between the large, extra large sizes. I'm so excited. Oh, I love it so much. It feels like velvet. I say this every time about my Surrey Alpaca base, but it just feels like velvet. It's amazing. I say amazing so many times you could probably play a drinking game. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had a finished object. So, like I said, Eliza's birthday is on Friday, tomorrow, and I was doing a test knit for Melissa of Skeinanigans for her mini Magpie, and I finished. So here it is. It still needs to be blocked, but here it is. I knit it in StressNets yarn in the Dahlia colorway on my favorite base, and my favorite base is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon base. It's high twist and lovely. This is incredibly accurate of the Dahlia colorway. It's exactly what it looks like to weave-in ends and all that jazz. The first 4 sizes of the pattern, this is the 6 to 12 month size. They do call for buttons, but Eliza has been tearing buttons off of things and just made me nervous, so I omitted it. It's a little snug on her noggin, which is why the pattern calls for buttons, but I was just nervous about the choking hazard. So I decided to not. But yeah, so it's going to grow quite a bit, but I love it. It's going to be so cute to throw over over dresses or over a tank top or a t-shirt, and it's just going to be super cute this summer for the cooler summer days that Michigan will inevitably have. And then I have one more thing to show you. This is going to be quick. Sorry if you can hear the motorcycle. I don't know what that is. Okay, so I'm knitting just a basic Raglan sweater for Eliza in the colorway that I created for her birthday. But I caked this up before I decided to alter the recipe a little bit. So this is what it looked like originally. Now, super cute. I was going for a pink with a what's it called? Pumpkin orange, burnt orange kind of color. And this was just too sherbety for me. Yeah, it's super cute. I didn't really go off any patterns. I just cast on I forget how many stitches. I'm going to tie this real quick so I don't lose the armhole. Yeah, I just cast on and knit until I felt like it was big enough, and then separated for the sleeves and kept going. Because I can't find a real basic cardigan pattern for babies that, I don't know. I wanted it to be top down, knit in one piece, because I didn't have a lot of time to knit this. Sorry if you can hear Esther chewing on a toy. So I didn't have a lot of time to knit this, so I didn't want to do it in pieces, because then I wouldn't have wanted to do it. So I just did that. I picked up for the collar, or the shawl collar, I guess. Is that what it's called? Yeah, so I picked up for that, and I'm knitting that, and I just have the sleeves, and it's done. But, again, this is not the color that I was really going for. And I had them all skeined up, and I was looking at them, and I had already caked this up and started knitting with it, and I was probably to here, so not very far, and I was like, I don't like this. This is not what I wanted. This is too sherbety and less dusty than I wanted it to be. It looked really beautiful when it was in the pot before the orange dye kind of spread around. I actually bought a bunch of orange dye, and none of them are great for speckling. So I was a little disappointed that I couldn't quite get it. And so I looked at Doug and I was like, I'm going to try to overdye this because I think I can do it. So I overdyed it. Oh, this is on my singles base, by the way. StressNets yarn in the singles base. So I overdyed it with my Cheeks colorway. And this is what we get. So here it is on Favorite. I don't know if you can really tell what this looks like. I think you can. I just love it so much. This is Sparkle Mohair. So this is my Halo base. And Cloud, which is the alpaca. So I am having, well, first let me talk about this sweater. My train of thought is all over the place. It looks like it's about to storm again. Yes, so this is called Accidental Gemini because if you are new and you don't know our whole story, it's kind of a saga getting Eliza into this world. So without going through all the pregnancy stuff, my water broke at 32 weeks and I was stuck in the hospital for 2 weeks before they induced labor. And then I was in labor for 28 hours, 27 hours, 27, 28, somewhere in there. And I think 27 hours is right. I was in labor for 27 hours, and then her heart wasn't beating very strong, so they did an emergency C-section, and she was born at, she was 3 pounds, 1 ounce, so she was super tiny, and we were in the NICU for 2 weeks and 1 day. So this is going to be, that's why it's called Accidental Gemini, is what I was saying. She was supposed to be a Leo, which was, there was also a lot going on with that, but we won't talk about it because I have a lot of feelings right now. So, yeah, so she was supposed to be a Leo, but she was born 6 weeks early and was a Gemini. So that's why it's called Accidental Gemini, and I think it's it fits her personality so well. It makes me so happy. I cannot wait for these to go live on the website. So this is segueing into StressNets yarn news. All that to say that I am finishing the sweater and then I'm going to overdye it and then I'm going to cake up the rest of the yarn and I'm going to reskein the rest of the yarn and overdye that as well so that this colorway will no longer exist because I just don't like it. It's too sherbet. It's too much of a sherbet thing. And I also realize how much I hate my hair, but you know what? This is fine. It's fine. Okay, so it just got really dark. I don't know if you guys can tell. Anyway, so tomorrow, like I said, is her birthday, and Accidental Gemini will be going live on the shop. There will still be pre-orders for the advent calendars. That'll still be up, so please, if you're planning on buying an advent calendar, don't add these to your cart as well, because then I have to hold on to your yarn until October, and I really don't want to do that. So, and you also won't get your yarn until October, and I really don't want to do that to you. So, please purchase separately. But there will be ready to ship, and I think there's about 20 skeins ready to ship, which is not a lot, but I also didn't know how much I would love this colorway. So 20 skeins ready to ship, and then there will be pre-orders unlimited. And I am donating $2. I might be revising that. It might be $3 per. I think it's gonna be $3 per skein because she was 3 pounds. Okay, so it's gonna be $3 a skein. Will be donated to the March of Dimes, which is an amazing organization that's all about giving moms and their babies the best foot forward, essentially. They help premature babies, they help mothers who go through miscarriages, they help mothers who have had premature babies, they help with postpartum depression, they help with everything that can kind of go wrong. And even though we didn't work directly with them because we were very lucky in the grand scheme of things, even though we didn't think that Eliza would make it out of the hospital for the first week of her life. It's just a lot of emotions around year one, right? So even though we didn't think that she would make it, they didn't put us into contact with them quite yet because they were hoping that it would change, and it did, and the antibiotics worked for the infection. So we didn't have to work with them, and we are very lucky that we didn't have to work with them, but they work so closely with our NICU that we were in, and they were at our NICU reunion. And so I just feel like they're the best organization to donate money on behalf of my daughter to through StressNets. So this is a very special colorway to me, and I really hope you guys love it as much as I do. I also dyed up a ton of it for SSK. Yeah, this colorway means a lot to me, and I just really hope you guys love it as much as I do. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to make a sweater for myself in this colorway. I actually might make another no frills. Not sure yet, but I might make another no frills. Yeah, but that's really all that's going on. My knitting mojo is very high, but my time is very short at the moment. It's just a lot of gardening and housework, getting everything in order. And also Doug and I really want to start on the rooms that we need to paint and clean. So like our room has a teal accent wall in it from when his sisters lived in that room. So that needs to get fixed because we hate it. And so like that, and just we want our office, and we want to paint Eliza's nursery, and there's just so much to do. So I've been focusing mostly on Eliza's knits and dyeing yarn for SSK, and I got all the pre-orders out last week, so that was really exciting. They should all be rolling in. They should all hopefully be there, unless you're international. Yeah, so it's just, I hate busy culture, and I hate when people say, oh, I've just been so busy, but it's just been, I hate the word busy, but it's been a lot. And I've also been trying to prioritize exercise, because it makes me feel so good, and when I don't exercise for a few days, I don't feel good. I just feel kind of gross. So like tonight I have my therapy session, which I'm so excited about because I have a lot of feelings surrounding Eliza and all of that stuff. So, and like trauma's coming back because it was awful. So I have therapy tonight, but it only goes until 8, so I'm going to run to my gym, and not run to it, but I'm going to go to my gym, and then I'm going to work out for like an hour. I'm super excited about that. I really am enjoying it, and it's like a nice self-care thing, and it's starting to pour. So with that, I'm just rambling. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope I'll be back next week with more content. I also want to say a huge thank you to patrons. You are making a huge difference in my life. I cannot thank you enough. There are so many videos that are going up in the next week or two on the channel. I'm so excited about it. There will be a new episode of The Whip Down, and the first episode of The Whip Down will be going live on YouTube on Friday, I believe, tomorrow. So that's really exciting. And then yeah, the Dyer Diaries are going strong. There's a new episode of just me blabbing at the camera for 10 minutes while I go through what I have for SSK and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy you guys enjoy the content, and I'm happy that you're joining me over there because it makes a huge difference in my family. So just thank you. And with that, I will see you next week. Bye.